negative 8x to the 5th. So that variable might have an exponent on it. I could have something like 2ab squared c. It doesn't matter that I have multiple variables, they're all multiplied together, so it's a monomial. I might have something like negative 3/4, just a number, would still be a monomial. I could have a to the 10th, just a single variable. All of those things count as monomials. The big thing, there's no addition or subtraction. Okay, it's just stuff being multiplied together. When we have monomials that have the same variables and exponents, so an x squared and an x squared, an ABC and an ABC, so if the variable portions match, we call those like terms. And we can add or subtract monomials if we combine like terms. Okay. When you do that, you do not change the variables and exponents. It's just the number out in front. So if I said, I'm going to take a little detour here and explain something. So when I say I have 2x plus 3x, are they like terms? Yes, if the variable part matches, x and x, they're like terms, you just add the numbers in front, so it's 5x. It's always really tempting, people want to say 5x squared, and that's not the case. The x is kind of like a label. It would be the same if I said like 2 apples plus 3 apples. When I add those together, I get 5, but they're still apples. It didn't become an orange because I added them together. Okay, so the variable part, think of it as a label. You're just combining the numbers in front. That label doesn't change when you put them together. So let's look at some. So if I said 19x minus 24x, when I combine those, what would I get? 19 minus 24 is negative 5, and what does that need with it? X. That variable doesn't change. We had an x here, we keep the x at the end. If I say negative 19k squared plus 2k squared, what would that be? Negative 17k squared. The k squared is just like your label. So you just keep this. You just combine the coefficients. Negative 12r squared s cubed t plus 4r squared s cubed t. Negative 8 r squared s cubed t. So all the variable part stays. What about number 4?
26.
If there's no coefficient, we know it's just a 1. So it's just 27 minus 1, or 26. AB squared. What do you notice about number 5? There's different variables. So are those like terms? No, so you cannot combine them. My answer, the most simplified it gets, it's just the same. So if those variable parts don't match exactly, there is nothing you can do. All right, why don't you guys take a minute and try 6, 7, and 8 for me. So what'd you get for number 6? Negative 1 CD. Or you could write negative CD. Those are equivalent. Either one is fine. Number 7, I noticed a couple of you skipped it. but we're just subtracting. They both have an x squared y, so we'll have x squared y on the answer. So all you do is 2/3 minus 1/4, and you can use your calculator if you need to. 2/3 minus 1/4, and then turn it into a fraction. So we get 5/12 x squared y. Number 8, negative 15 m squared into the fourth minus 15 m squared into the fourth. What do we get? Right. Number 9, what changed? Are all of these like terms? No. So we have to pick the things that go together. So 2y and negative 11y. So 2 minus 11 would be negative 9y. And then we do the z's. 14z minus 10z be a positive 4z. It does not matter if you flip those. If you had 4z minus 9y, that's equivalent. So order doesn't matter, but you have to have the positives and negatives correct in the variables labeled. All right, number 10, what would we put? We can combine the 16s, the minus 17s. Or you could write negative s plus 8r, or you could say 8r minus s. All of those are equivalent ways to write that answer. All right, you guys do 11 and 12. 11. 13.
V squared. 25. Negative 25.
Number 12. Do we have any like terms? Yeah. 9a squared b and minus a squared b. Be 8a squared b. Perfect. Okay, doing okay with those?
Yep.
All right, let's look at the last couple. So it's asking us to do the same thing, but first we have to write it out as an addition or subtraction problem. So it says find the sum. What does sum mean? Addition. So we have 14z squared plus negative 9z squared. And that would give us 5z squared. Number 14. Find the difference. What does that mean? Subtract of 13a squared b and so minus negative 5a squared b. What happens if you have minus a negative? So you get 18a squared b. Right, 15. Subtract 3k from negative 17k. How would I write that? Which one would I put first? I have to start with negative 17k because I want to subtract 3k from that. So minus 3k. So negative 17 minus 3 would be negative 20k. And then number 16, from negative 3xy squared, subtract negative 10xy squared. So what would we put first? Yeah, it says from this, so we start with that, xy squared. I need to restart my computer. Things aren't working correctly. I'm trying to make it until the end of the day. And then I went to subtract negative 10 xy squared. So minus a negative becomes positive. We get a 7xy squared. Any questions on this?